Aloha, my kako. This is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Taurus. Taurus energy, please. My readings have no dates, therefore I trust that when the message is for you when you find it. Taurus. Taurus energy, please. Taurus, you have the Knight of Cups, the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Temperance. Okay, Taurus, just give me a second. You've been in a state of calm, of healing, of figuring out what it is that is your truth. You're taking that now and building an idea of what you want your future, your family, your home, your legacy to look like. You have an eye on that, and something lately has kind of shocked you into a place where you are focusing on yourself. It honestly, Taurus, it feels like there was some kind of loss, some kind of, if it wasn't a loss of a person, and I do mean someone passed on, if it wasn't a loss of a person, it was a loss of some type of very grounding, very kind of, it's giving me the energy of like something that's always been there and then now it's not there any longer. So whatever this loss was, it was either a loss of a person that you were very close to, or something that had the ability to affect your energy in such a way where it wasn't like a tower moment where we learn and we move on. So this is not like a job loss. This is like someone who's always been around. Maybe someone passed away. Maybe somebody that has always been in your life moved to a different state or country. Something of this nature. But that puts you in an energy of seeing the world in a different way and realizing that what inevitably, why I'm saying this is because inevitably what it changed for you was realizing that, yeah, we always say like, you know, seize the day, carpe diem, seize the day, but this made it real for you in some way. It's having you take a look at the future. It's having you like, this is a sense of, if you never had a bucket list, you're figuring out what's on it. And, you know, you're ready to move forward to go do those things or accomplish those things, or at least spend time in that sort of energy so that you have that full experience of everything that's going on. You know what you want to grow, and, you know, some sense of what you want to feel and the dreams that you have. And you are now focusing more on those experiences, having maybe for example, the energy that I'm getting is kind of a like where you've just been having a whole bunch of fun, but now you're really thinking about, like, it is also about having fun, trying adventures, but it's really, this energy is more the experience of it. How do I want to feel about it? And you're really leaving no stone unturned, because if you were a person that just kind of was going about life, all of a sudden you're really thinking about, doing those more, how to explain this? It's kind of like, when you're young, you just want to go out and have a bunch of fun and try every restaurant and that type of thing. And yeah, you do want to do that, but what you're thinking more about is that ultimate dream, like where we may have been just following along the path. Now we're trying to figure out, it's like you're setting a destination, like I would like to have a kid and a family someday, or I have had a kid and a family, but now where I'm living and what I'm doing was really centered around them, but now I'm going to figure out what works for me today, right? Setting those goals. Where do I want to, what works for me? What am I looking for? And how do I get there? Again, it's not just about the tangible, that goal setting. It's about the feeling and the experiences that happen along the way in going to get there. And then how this new feeling that you're going to want to even set your sights on that. All of that is like this internal feeling and where you may have been more focused on the tangibles of life in the past, or the excitement of life in the past. What we're really doing now is really focusing more on the feeling. There's a difference between excitement and feeling. There's a difference between tangible and feeling. And so really what's coming to ahead, what you're starting to realize is, yes, it's good to have fun. It's good to have things, but what does that mean in the broader spectrum of what emotions you have or feeling that situation, right? So I could be like, I want to buy a house, but how do you want that house to make you feel? Like, do you want to have a big backyard so that you can go out and sit on the patio, or is that and relax, and that's the feeling you want to have? Or is it walking through the grass barefoot? Like, clearly the yard's gonna have, there's a million yards out there, but they're all different. So clearly this yard is gonna have to have a big grassy patch so that you can have that feeling, that experience under, that's going to create the environment and the existence that you're going to have. And so the advice here is just really about when I see the Temperance card here, it's really more about understanding that it's not about the things or just like some ambiguous thing called fun. It's really bringing attention to the feelings that you want to have about this, and it's kind of like a deeper meaning. I know that's not really what temperance means, but it's like, it's giving me this concept that's being truly immersed in something. Having a house is one thing. How you feel living in that space is another. I did a lot of cleaning this weekend, and I have like this like 24 of these white napkins that you have to like press them to get them to look like, you know, they're cotton napkins. So you got to press them to make sure that they all look nice and like napkin. I don't know how to explain it. Like napkins. But it's like that. I use them all year round, but it's like that experience in itself is just painstaking every time I go through that to like wash them. And no, washing them is not the problem. It's really folding them and pressing them back into form. And you know, today I just threw them away because here is the simple fact. I dread it, and what it does is it holds up the rest of my laundry process, because when I see them and I get to them, I'm just like, yeah, that's enough. And it doesn't mean I'm gonna go and replace it with, you know, paper towels or whatever, but it's like now the smart me would have looked for something, you know, in the meantime. But I do have other, they're kind of like napkin-ish kitchen towelettes. I don't know how to explain it. But all I do is fold them up, and that's that. And there we go. And it just, I'm sure I can find more like that. And what I won't have to do is go through that experience of doing all that. Same outcome, napkins, you know, for when we eat, but not having to, but the experience of going ahead and pressing those napkins. This is like the lamest story, but the experience of not pressing those napkins, like it felt so good just to throw them away, because I know that I'm never gonna have to do that again. So that is what I'm talking about. Everything that works for you, how you feel about those situations, what the experience is like. And it's very strange that this is what has, I mean, maybe not so much, but it's very, this is a very strange reading. Not just because of my napkin story, but because, you know, it really took whatever that change was, whatever that loss was, to open your eyes to a whole different way of finding comfort and having just overall better experiences and a better existence going forward. And I just think that's beautiful. This one kind of went on a tangent towards the side, but really it was somewhat straightforward. I will get one more on that temperance in case there's anything else that you need to know as far as advice. Please clarify temperance or give additional messages for Taurus's advice. I talk about it like it's a loss. I really do feel like it was a loss, but you know, this is for a lot of people. And so, yeah, see, it's just, how do we make it more conducive to moving away from the things that, you know, don't make us feel good, you know, right? Six of Swords is like that choppy waters, the things like that. Putting down the burden of ironing the napkins, because why in the heck would we spend time doing that any longer? And what you'll find is you'll be a lot more balanced, a lot more happy, and it will inevitably lead to this holistic experience that you now seem to be focused on, but in a whole new way. I'm getting, I don't know how this relates for any of you. I mean, good God, I just told you a story about napkins. I feel like I'm going to regret that one day. Anyway, but I'm getting the Beatles song Let It Be. This is what is giving me that. I don't know how that relates. I don't know who that message is for, but that is what I'm getting, and it won't. Trying to figure out, sorry, Taurus, trying to figure out how that relates in any way. Maybe that message is not for me. Maybe that message is for you personally. It's just going to keep going. So thank you, Taurus. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, mahalo.